Okay, so the first thing is you need to set your parameters. So coming down here to my drawing utilities units. Okay, so this should be in decimal, this should be in 0, this should be in degree, minute and seconds, this should be in 0 degree also. Okay, and this should be clockwise. My direction should be north, then what? Okay. So we are going to be applying the principle of isometric circle right here. Okay, principle of isometric circle. So picking my line from this base at 50 less than 60 degree, enter. Okay, going this way at 50 less than 300 degree, enter. Coming down here at 50 less than 240, enter. Then I'm going to finish this right here. Okay, picking my line, I'm going to pick from this midpoint. Okay, midpoint right there. Picking my line from this base also to the midpoint right there. Picking my line from this to the midpoint right there. Picking my line from here to the midpoint right there. Okay, so picking my line now, joining the longest diagonal like that. So I'm going to pick my arc, my center, start and end. So from this midpoint to that area. Okay, you see, I produce that. Picking my arc again from this midpoint to this area, pressing my control, I produce that. Picking my arc from right there down here, I produce this. Okay, then picking my arc, sitting right here, so right here, pressing my control, I produce this. Okay, so I'm going to pick my line. I'm going to switch on my auto mode. From this area upward is length of 60, enter. Okay, with my line up here is length of 60, enter. Okay, so sorry for that. So picking my line also now from here upward, length of 60, enter. So switching of my auto mode from here down here, from there down there. Okay, so towards this area at 50 less than 120, enter. Then from there I close it right here. Okay, so that is settled now. I'm going to delete this. I don't need this any longer. Okay, so this is what is going to happen. We see that on that top we have another circle of diameter, diameter 40. So from this area at 5 less than 60, enter, like that. So at 45 less than 300, enter. Okay, so at 40 less than 60, enter. So this way at 40 less than 120, enter. Then at 40 less than 240, enter. So I'm having that right there. Okay, so picking my trim command, I pick this, enter. Then I trim that area off. Okay, so picking my line right here, so this to this. Okay, picking my line right there, from this to the midpoint right there. Picking my line right here, from this to the midpoint right there. Okay, picking my line right there from here. So it needs to stay at the midpoint. Okay, as you can see, midpoint right there. Then picking my line right there from here to the midpoint right there. So picking my arc, center, start, and what, and end, sitting right here to this, pressing my control. I'm having this right there, picking my arc right here from this center down here. I'm having what, I'm having this. So picking my arc right here from the top here down here, I'm having what, that. Then picking my arc right here from here, sitting here, pressing my control out. I'm having this. So I'm having this one at the top right now. So instead of redrawing this of diameter 50 at the top, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to pick my copy. Okay, I'm going to back copy. I'm going to pick this, and what, and this. Okay, I'm going to click on enter. Then I'm going to click on displacement mode. Okay, displacement mode right there. So I'm going to on my auto. Then towards the top, I think the distance there is 60. Then 60, enter. You can see sitting there perfectly. So I'm going to pick my straight line. Okay, I'm going to join from this area to the bottom with my auto still on my straight line from this end to the top right here. Okay, so that part is already settled, as you can see on the screen right here. Already settled. Okay, so doing the second part right now. We see that towards our bottom right hand side, the diameter of the cylindrical part there is diameter 40. Okay, diameter 40. So applying the principle of isometric curve, 95 half of 40 is 20. So 95 plus 20, that's 115. That's 115. So I'm going to pick my line. I'm going to switch off my auto mode. Okay, so first of all, from here at 5 less than 60 degree, enter. Then from there, coming downward there, I'm going to press at 115 less than 120 degree, enter. Okay, so going towards this area at 40 less than 60 degree, enter. Then returning back here at 115 less than 300 degree, enter. So I'm having that right there. So I'm going to pick my line. Okay, I'm going to switch on my auto mode. So from this area, the height there is 20, enter. Okay, picking my line also, standing right here, the height there is 20, enter. Okay, so picking my line here also, standing, trying to stand here. No, let me switch off my auto mode. So joining from here to here, so going this way at 115 less than 300 degree, enter. Okay, at 40 less than 240, enter. Then coming down here, that's it. Okay, I'm having that area perfectly like that. So let's develop the circle towards the bottom part here first of all. So picking my line. Okay, standing right here, coming this way, that's going to be at 20, the diameter there is 40, sorry, it's going to be at 40 at 40 less than 300, enter. So this way, at 40 less than 60, enter. Okay, in that order. So I don't think we are going to need this going forward, so I'm going to take this and what delete. We won't need that going forward, so I'm going to confuse us. So picking my line, okay, from this midpoint here, so to the midpoint right there. So picking my line again from this junction to you need to be actually precise with whatever you're doing. Okay, don't want to make mistake. I won't say this perpendicular is correct. Okay, so okay, to clear my doubt, let's do it this way. From this junction, okay, so at 20 less than 120, enter. So from there down here, I think that one is better. Okay, so I can remove this. I think that is better. So then picking my line from this area to that midpoint, set to picking my line from this to that midpoint, set to. So then I'm going to what? Come to my arc, center, start, and what? And end. Coming. Okay, so coming right here. Sorry for the delay. Picking my arc. So from this center down here. So I'm going to press my control. Okay, if it is going the other way around, you press your control. So picking my arc also from this center down here. Okay, this one works properly. Picking my arc also from this portion. Okay, I won't need that. So picking my arc, standing right here, I'm going to need this from this junction to this. I think that's all I'm going to need right here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so before I proceed, I'm going to replicate it towards the bottom. So I'm going to pick my copy. I'm going to pick this, and this. I'm going to click on enter. So I'm going to click on on displacement mode. I'm going to switch on my auto. Okay. Okay, let me switch off the auto first. Okay, this way. So let me switch on my auto. So I'm having this right here. So I think the distance here is 20 towards the bottom. Enter. So I'm having that right there, as you can see, right there. Okay. So what do I do now? I'm going to produce the second circle on the inside. Okay, and we told that one is diameter. Let me confirm that. That one is diameter 20. So picking my line, okay, switching off my auto, sitting right here. So at 10 less than 60, enter. So at 30 less than 300, enter. So going this way, at 20 less than 60, enter. Then coming down here, at 20 less than 120, enter. Then this way, at 20 less than 240, enter. So that's it right there. So let me trim the areas I don't need. So clicking on my trim, I click on this, enter. I remove this. Okay, so picking my line, I'm going to, okay, going forward I won't need this, and this, so I'm going to remove them. Okay, so I'm going to pick my line right now. So standing right here, so I need to locate the midpoint here also. Midpoint settled with my line right here also. From here I'm going to locate the midpoint right there, settled. Okay, with my line right here, locating the midpoint. That's it. With my line right here, from here, locating the midpoint. That's it. So picking my center, start, and end arc. Okay, so standing right here, down here to here, settled. Then I'm going to pick my arc also from this area down here to here. I think that's what I'm going to need there, settled. Then what? Escape. So I'm going to pick my line right now. Okay, from this area tangential to that, I think the area is also settled. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to pick my trim. Yeah, let me trim this area out first of all. Okay, picking this and this, enter. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to click on this, sorry, and delete. I don't need that. Yeah, I think that's that over there. So with my trim, I'm going to click on this and this, enter. Sorry, with my trim, I'm coming, clicking on this, enter. So I click on this here, I don't need that also, escape. So I won't be needing this anymore, so I remove totally. I won't be needing those ones anymore, so I remove them totally. Okay, likewise this, we won't be needing that, so I'm going to remove that also. Okay, that is that about that. So you can see we're almost done. So I'm going to pick my line right here from this area at, what's the length we have in there? Okay, center is 50. Okay, so 50 plus 10, that's what? That's 60. At 60 less than 300, enter. So going this way, at 20 less than 60, enter. Then coming down here, okay, right there. So I'm having that right there. So this won't be useful. I delete it off. Okay, so with this now, coming right here, picking my line. So from this junction down here at 20 less than sorry, less than 120, enter. So at 20 less than 60, enter. So right there. So that's it. So picking my line, so from this midpoint, I think I've made a mistake there, so I need to undo. So from this midpoint, you see, to that, then from this junction also, so you need to ensure you don't make mistake. So let's clear all doubt. So I'm going to come right here, okay, at 10 less than 120, enter. So from there down here, okay, you just clear all doubt so that you won't have stories that touches the earth. Okay, so from that area coming right here also, okay, that is also proving difficult. So I'm going to pick my line. I'm going to sit right here at 10 less than 300, enter. So from here down here, then midpoint here. Okay, so that's it. So deleting this. So coming to my arc, center, start, and what, and end. Okay, so setting right here to this area. So I'm going to press my control. I'm having that right there. So picking my arc once again, sitting right here, coming right here. I'm going to press my control also, and what, I'm having this. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to need right there. That's all I'm going to need. Yeah, that's all we'll be needing right there, right there. Okay, so we're having a straight line from this junction to this junction here. Okay, which I don't actually feel it's important. It's not important to me. Okay, that's it. So let me remove it. But we can add this later on. You can add it later on. Okay, so I'm going to use extend command. I'm going to pick this, enter, then this, extending it to that area right there. Can you see that? So that is that about that. So picking my line, if you feel it, you need to put this, but it's not important. Okay, so we already have our curves. Okay, so it remains just one more curve to go, and that is this. So I'm going to pick my copy. Picking my copy, I'm going to pick this and what, and this. I'm going to click on what, enter. Clicking on enter, I'm going to click on displacement. Then with displacement, okay, all our dimension right there. The distance is 115. So I'm going to press at 115 less than 300, enter. So that's the position of that right there. Okay, so all we are going to do is I'm going to pick my line right now. So from this area to the top here, you see that? Okay, I think the area is getting settled. I won't need this any longer out of it, so I'm going to click on extend, click on this, enter, and what's this right there and this right there. Do you see that? Okay, escape. Okay, I'm going to be clicking on trim. I'll be picking this and this, enter. I'm going to be removing this out of the equation. Okay, then if I'm considering this shouldn't be there any longer, so we remove those parts. Yeah, this also is not useful. Okay, so clicking on trim, clicking on this, enter, removing that also, escape. Okay, yeah, so you remove those areas you don't actually need any longer. You remove them totally. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to do. I remove them totally, so I don't need this also. So clicking on my trim. Okay, I won't be needing this going forward. I won't be needing this going forward. Yeah. Okay, clicking on my trim now. This, enter. So I don't need this also. Gone. So I'm removing this. I'm removing this. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use my trim here also. This, enter. I'm going to be removing this. Oh, best bet. It looks awkward. Let me return that. Okay, I'm going to be removing this. Enter. I'm going to be removing that. Okay. I think it's making sense this way. It's making sense. Removing this. Okay. The ones I'm removing, let me just pick them once and for all, then remove them totally out of it. Okay, that's it. So you see, we are getting there. Okay, check. As you can see on the screen right there. So we won't be needing this. Okay, so with my trim, okay, this, come here, enter. I won't be needing this. Okay, this, delete. So with my trim, this, enter. I trim this off. Okay, so right here, we won't be needing this. Okay. Before we do that, I'm having a line here. So switch on my auto. From this area, I'm having a line of 20 downward. Enter. So that's the position of that line right there. So settled. So I can now do away with all of this. Okay. So I'm doing away with this also. Okay, I think I'm having another line here also. Auto line of 20 towards the bottom right there. So this out of the way. So picking my trim, I'm picking this, picking this, and picking this. Then what? Enter. So trimming them one after the other, as you can see right there on the screen. Okay, so I am done with all of this area right here. I'm done right there. So it remains the slot we're having towards the top here. So let's do that. Okay, so to create that slot, I'm going to pick my line. Picking my line, I'm going to come right here. So locating the end point right there. Okay, so with my end point right there at 2 less than 240. Enter. Okay, down at 2 less than 120. Enter. So going up there at 4 less than 60. Enter. Then right here at 2 less than 300. enter. So that's it right there, right about now. Okay, I'm going to pick my trim. Picking my trim, I'm picking this. Okay, then what? Enter. Oh, okay, sorry, it's not working yet. So first of all, my extend, picking this, enter, then what? This. Okay, now I can now use my what? My trim, picking this, enter, and what? This. Then I can do away with this also. Okay, with my trim again, this, enter. Then I'm going to what? Something is amiss here. Okay, I'm going to extend this one also. Extend this, enter, then this. So I can now use my trim now. Trim this, enter, then this. So switching on my auto mode, I'm going to pick a line, then draw. Yeah, nearest. No, that line is not straight, so it will be perpendicular. So from here, no, it's not straight. So picking my line from here, let me just drag it downward. Then what? My trim. It's my trim standing here. Enter. Then what? I'm going to trim it off right there. So that is the complete drawing of our object in what? In isometric form, applying the principle of isometric curve. So kindly ensure you subscribe to this channel and also refer it to your friends who might be in need of it. Thank you.